All right, everyone else is doing it, so I'm going to do it too. This is Chris from Rekkid Talk. I'm going to look at those 10 questions that Richard McCook asked us to describe. And so these are the recent ones, not the ones from last year. So, question number one: do you ever get disheartened when a video you think should be popular is ignored? And if yes, give an example. Wouldn't really say disheartened. I'm just a little bit amused by why some videos are popular and some videos aren't. I understand a lot of my videos are going to be pretty niche in terms of the sort of music, the sort of bands I'm talking about, because I'm not talking about like the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or Taylor Swift. I tend to talk about more obscure musicians. Um, I've noticed that usually the popular videos are like vinyl tags. Like I was one of the first people to do the 2022 vinyl tag. I got mine up really quickly. I got several hundred views, one of my most viewed videos ever. In fact, my most viewed video ever is a complete outlier. It's weird. I'll talk about it a little bit. So I did a short little like 3.5 minute video on an album by Les Fils d'Illegedad, which is a um, sort of Sahel blues group with female musicians from Niger. Pretty obscure. Um, Usually, the way my videos go is the first couple of days, a couple dozen people watch them. I'll get comments from a handful of those people that are regular comments, and then the video pretty much dies. And this is exactly what happened with this video. The kind of people you would expect to comment on an African music video like Mr. Ed and Steve Carlson and Mama's Records. They commented on it. A couple days went by, I posted some other video, and nobody thought about it for a couple months. Then all of a sudden, it took off, and for several months, I was getting tons of views. Last time I checked, it had like over 7,000 views, which is a couple orders of magnitude over most of my videos. By far, my most viewed video ever. I went into the analytics, got a little bit disheartened. The average view time was under 30 seconds, and most of the views seem to be coming from Libya and Algeria. I don't really know what's going on. Rob Walker would say I'm buying views, but I'm not. And I got occasionally a couple comments from people who are obviously African who didn't have English as their first language. I got a handful of those comments, and I did respond to those folks. So, uh, Number two, how often do you check your subscriber count? Well, it's kind of like if you're looking at your dashboard, if you're uploading something or seeing if somebody's made comments, it's kind of right there. Uh, but it's not like I'm going out of the way to do that, but it's there. Number three, how often do you ask people to hit the subscriber button? Never. I hate it. In fact, I wish most of you would stop with the like, subscribe, bell, all that stuff. I mean, if you're not monetized and don't have any aspirations of being monetized, you're just wasting time. And if you are monetized or looking to become monetized, it's kind of crass. And I'll be honest, constantly asking for uh, subscriptions and likes, and if you have like a little animation around it, it makes me actually more likely to not subscribe or unsubscribe to you. I mean, it's not a total faux pas. It's not like if you're like racist or sexist or homophobic, which would be the easiest way to get unsubbed. But I'm not into that. Four, how do you feel when you lose subscribers, and what's the largest amount you've ever lost in one day? I've never really had like a big Rekkid Talk purge. Occasionally, you lose one or two, which might be people cleaning up their sub lists or YouTube cleaning out the dead channels, spam channels. I think I had a day I may have lost like three or four. I think I said something snarky about Walmart in a video. So, and I don't even know if those were related or if it was a coincidence. Number five, how do you feel when people comment on your video and they obviously haven't watched it? Um, Again, I don't think I get a lot of that, so I don't really have much of a feeling about that. Number six, if you hit the 1,000 sub count, will you monetize your channel? And if you're eligible for the thanks option, will you promote it? Um, my gut instinct was to answer no to this. I mean, monetizing my channel is not a goal This is just a hobby. If it ever stops being fun, I'll stop doing it. It's not my job. If it ever starts feeling like my job, I'll stop doing it or do it less frequently. But I was watching Robert Fithin's video, and he kind of said that, hey, once you get a certain amount, they're going to put commercials in your videos anyway. And he was kind of the opinion that, well, if they're going to put ads in your video, you might as well get some of the money, even if, I mean, it's not something you're making a living off of, rather than just letting them keep it all. So maybe I'll think about that if it's ever an issue. I don't know if that's ever going to be. It might be a moot point for me. Number 7, do you ever sub another channel just to try to get a sub back? And when you do sub other channels, approximately what percentage of the time do you hit the notification bell? Well, I never hit the notification bell. So, I mean, I'll sub channels if I become aware of them, if I enter their contest. I'll be honest, I mean, I have a lot of channels I'm subscribed to where I'm not watching their videos very often. A lot of it's just reality. You can't watch, once you subscribe to several dozen people or more, it's impossible to watch everybody's videos. And I realize it's obviously true of me because my sub count is way ahead of my average view count. So obviously most of you sub to me are not watching my videos. Maybe you sub to me because you saw me on Rachel's live stream, or you entered my contest, and you're either never watching my videos, or maybe 1 out of every 10 videos I do something that seems interesting enough to you. And I'm kind of a generalist, so I'm kind of all over the place with my content as well. So if you're here for like the punk and indie content, you'll like some of my videos and you'll hate other videos. If you want more commercial stuff, vice versa. 8, how long do you think is an acceptable time to wait before replying to a comment? If you reply to comments, well, if I've noticed your comments, I'll usually, if I'm at my computer and have a chance, I'll reply right away. It's not like I'm sitting there going like, I'm going to make Mystery Ed wait 15 minutes for my nugget of wisdom this morning. Number 9, do you like RSD? And if so, after buying RSD items, do you feel the need to show them immediately? Or can you wait until you get home and open them before showing? Well, I can definitely wait until I get home. It's like, I'll usually go out on RSD. I don't camp out. I don't stand in lines forever. A lot of times I'll walk into the shop later that afternoon and see what's left over. And sometimes maybe I won't buy an RSD item. I'll buy something else that day to support the local store. Or they might have their RSD leftovers from previous years out, and maybe there's something actually this year that happened. There was like something from the Psychedelic Furs from a couple RSDs ago that my shop still had, which seemed better than any of the RSD items from the drop a couple months ago, so that's what I bought. So, and I don't show them in the car right after leaving the store. I can wait till I get home. But I do notice that the RSD videos tend to get like the vinyl tags or participating in a popular person's contest. Those will tend to get more views than my other videos as well. I think there's a lot of people that like to. I don't know if they're people who can't or don't shop on RSD but like to live vicariously through those that do. But those do get more views. Finally, do you enjoy participating in and watching collaboration videos, but do you get put off watching if they go beyond the hour or 2 mark? Well, I haven't participated in any collaboration videos unless you would count occasionally being on a live stream as such. Watching them, I would say most of the ones I watch are actually from the Sea of Tranquility universe, which I know is maybe a little bit separate from the vinyl community. Like Pete Pardo and Martin Popoff, those guys are interesting. I can watch those guys go for an hour. They have like their Monday show called the Hudson Valley Squares, which will be a large panel. Sometimes Monday night I'll kind of like I'll have that on as I'm falling asleep, because those often go for an hour, hour and a half. But obviously length of video is going to make a difference. Like if I'm looking at recently uploaded videos, most of you, if your video is longer than about 10 or 12 minutes, I'm pretty leery about if I'm going to watch it at all. There are some exceptions. Steve Carlson. Steve Carlson, I can dig for 20, 30 minutes. A lot of you, not so much. I try to keep my videos under 10 minutes, although I've just failed with this particular video. I have a series which is 5 records in 5 minutes, where I'm always cutting off somewhere around the 4:54 mark. But yeah, a lot of the collaboration videos, it's like if I see it, it's like an hour, 2 hours, and then I'll just choose not to watch it. Sort of the same thing with live streams. I know Rachel doesn't keep hers up, but other people, there are a lot of the other live streamers who will keep their live streams up. And I never go back and rewatch a live stream if I wasn't watching it at the time. That to me seems like if you didn't go to the party, I'm not going to watch a home video of the party I didn't go to. So, oh, and then finally, because I need something for the thumbnail, I'm going to show an ABBA record because I know Richard likes ABBA. Now, I'm sorry I'm showing the greatest hits, Richard, but I do recognize I did dive into one of their studio albums, and I did find there were a couple of the deep tracks that I liked better than maybe a couple of the songs on the greatest hits. So Richard can tell me I told you so about ABBA being more than just the hits package. All right, we'll end it there.